Just a quick video today. So to track or to not track your food, that is the question. For me personally, especially if you are a beginning or you're a beginner or you're starting off on a weight loss journey, tracking your food is definitely an essential tool I think you should try. And here's the reason why I believe it works. You need to know your number. And what I mean by that is to lose weight, it's simple math. You got to be in a calorie deficit. If you're in a surplus, you're going to put on weight. If you're in a deficit, you're going to obviously lose it. How are you going to know if you don't track? You're just going to be guessing. Okay, so how do you find out what your number is? If you go to Google right now, type in calorie tracker. Obviously, you can find an option, pick an option that comes up, and then it will ask you for some information. So you can put in your age, your female, male, your height. Just answer all the questions, and then what it will do is it will just regurgitate your number. Let's just say, for simple, it says, okay, for you to be in a calorie deficit after the information that you've put in, you need to be consuming 1,500 calories a day. So now you know if you go over that, you're going to be in a surplus, and then that's going to add to you putting on weight. Okay, so if you keep around the 1,500 mark, you know that you're in a deficit. Okay, how do you track that? There's different ways you can do it. First thing that comes to mind, I'm sure a lot of people might have heard of it or used it before. MyFitnessPal, really simple app to use. You just obviously enter your food in, and it gives you the basic macro breakdown, so the calories and the macro breakdown. One thing you have to watch out for on MyFitnessPal is, I think now people can just add their own calorie in their own breakdown. So sometimes it mightn't be accurate. So I think just using the barcode or scanning is probably the best way. But so one thing also you want to obviously take into consideration for when you're tracking your food is your macro breakdown. So your protein, your carbohydrates, and your fats. Again, you can find videos on this on what's the best way to ratio that, just that's going to suit you for what you're trying to do. Obviously, protein is definitely top of the list. For so many different reasons. Obviously, we know it's important for muscle building and for our cellular repair. We know it's really important. It keeps you obviously fuller for longer. But people don't really talk about things like, if you don't get the fat intake correct, your hormone balance is not going to be right. If you don't get your carbohydrate ratio correct, and what I mean by that is the ratio into the amount of activity that you're doing, your workout's going to suffer because you won't have the energy to do it, and you might feel lethargic throughout the day. So it's really, really important to try and get that figure correct. So you've got your protein, carbohydrates, and fats. Once you have that number, you don't have to track forever and ever and ever for the rest of your life. You can do it for a month, 2 months, 3 months, until you feel comfortable. That's right. You know what? I kind of know what I'm doing here. I know what I have. I kind of have my system or my habit set up, and I know what I'm having. So I'm having this for my breakfast, snack, lunch, and then you have your system in place. And then once you're comfortable with that, that's all you need to do. It's really, really simple. Have a go. Go into Google right now, find your number, and get tracking. As usual, stay locked into the channel. Make sure you come back. And again, whoop, whoop.